11th. Happy Sunday, everyone. I have something for somebody. Yes, I do. That's my rescue, Lightning. I think he'll be gone for a while unless he buries it. We'll have to see. Okay, Sunday. So I figured, you know what? We haven't done anything really. Well, it's Sunday. A lot of people go to church, right? Religion. It's time to get some religion. Well, a different concept. At least I'm going to go into depth on the thumbnail. The thumbnail is the watchtower. Be on the watchtower. Now, when I was growing up, I got fed a lot of information from the nuns and priests as I went to Catholic school and I went to public school. I did go to 20 schools and I did graduate. When I was in Catholic school, I got a lot of stories, a lot of Bible stuff, and I had questions, and they couldn't really answer them, and for some reason, got them really upset. But I've got something for you on, well, let's just start with to be on the watchtower. Well, let's see, there's Isaiah 21:8 to 9, and that has to do with being alert and for signs, and to be vigilant on the watchtower. You know what that would mean? That would mean the lights are on and someone's home. Someone home meaning your conscious awareness. You're up in the tower of recognition of what goes through your mind. See, a lot of times we sit around and we daydream, which is fine. Visualizing and daydreaming is very positive when it's in a positive mode. When it isn't, well, then it becomes negative. And we have to decide, what are we thinking? Actually, 24/7, but that would be another story. Being on the watchtower, a few things I found in the Bible was Mark 13 to 37, and that had to do with spiritual readiness. Also, there was Matthew 12:36 to 37, and that had to deal with thought, word, and deed. Well, how good are we on thought, word, and deed? We are accountable for thought, word, and deed. And I had a Christian friend I was talking to the other day, and I said, yeah, I believe it was Jesus on the Mount, on the Sermon on the Mount. And that had to do with, he gave a lot of little stories there. But the one that always stood out for me, was that you shall not commit adultery. And let's just say you, in your mind, your thought, you lusted after a woman. Well, that's just as good as doing it physically. And I always was thinking, wow, how could that possibly be? Thinking about something and then being accountable for it. That's just the way it is. Not only that, we have something for you. Scientifically, it is now proven it takes 1/1,000,000th of a spark of electricity to make any thought. Oh my. Well, did they know about that 2,000 years ago? No, they didn't. Hey, buddy boy, I gave you that, and look at that dirty face. He buried it. Too bad. You're gonna have, no more. You go dig it up and eat it. Oh, sorry, we got somebody talking to me here. Okay. Put these glasses on, see what we got. Hey, Beargarn 32, you missed me. Well, I missed you too. I haven't been around that much because I've been working later. As you can see, I don't have my cowboy hat. I got this hat on, and I just got home from work. So, well, I don't go to work with my hair down. Only when I come home do I let my hair down. Hey, we got Tocnito. What's up? TOCINITO R3R. What's up? being on the watchtower, that's what's up. Isn't that nice? I think of it like a lighthouse too. You're consciously looking out. You could have your eyes closed or open, but you're you're aware of every thought that's going through your brain every time. So you say, well, not all thoughts are positive. This is true. A lot of them are from just complexes that you didn't even realize you had, or it could be a past life thing, or it could be mass consciousness. Now, mass consciousness is very interesting because we get subjected to a lot of things that we're not even aware of that our subconscious picks up. Now, one of them would be, hey, just there's a little story right here. I really don't eat meat anymore because I've gone into the cloned animals, processed foods, blah, blah, blah. I've gone over it in lives. You can check it out. It's very interesting stuff. So the other day, I was walking through a crowd of people, a mob of people. And I said to myself, I'm going to go over and get a hamburger. And I'm thinking, in my mind, I'm thinking, where did that thought come from? I don't eat hamburgers anymore because of pink slime. And yeah, I got one on pink slime. Just check that one out. It's fantastic. So I'm thinking, where is this coming from? And I look around me and I realized that I was in a mob of people that I was picking up. A lot of people were thinking of having a hamburger. And that's how it can happen sometimes. They're not even your thoughts that you're getting put into your brain, into your mind. So that's where you have to stand firm and stay vigilant on everything that comes through your little mind to say, hey, where'd that come from? This is how I do it. I say, hey, I don't want that thought. I don't want that thought. I don't know where it came from. Go, be gone. And you can throw different ways of doing it. You can grab hold of that thought, and you have a heart flame. You can throw it right in your heart flame, and it disappears. That's one way of doing it. Another way would be you could think of the sun or the great central sun. Now scientists know there's a great central sun outside of our galaxy. It's a real big one. You could throw it into that. In your mind, you can do these things. You grab that thought. In fact, it was said that thoughts are like a cluster of grapes. So you might just not have one, but you might get a whole bunch of little extras in there that you just get a hold of and you get rid of consciously. You say, I don't want those thoughts any longer. And you know what? Well, it might take a couple times to do it because God only knows how many times you've been reinforcing those thoughts. You see, you could have thoughts from when you were a kid or just things that you just keep thinking about. And what you do is you give them energy. As I said, it only takes 1/1,000,000th of a spark of electricity to make any thought. This is proven scientifically. They know about this. So what it comes down to is accountability. And basically that's what Jesus said. You're accountable for your thoughts, your words, and your deeds. Ooh, baby, that comes down to a lot of stuff, doesn't it? In fact, it was said what was that one? Yeah, I believe it was Matthew 12, 36 or 37. By your words you will be justified. By your words you will be condemned. How many of us say things, speak things, don't even think about what we're saying? That's what it starts with, thought. You think about something before you say it. It's pretty simple, but it's very difficult if you're not thinking that way. And that's why I'm bringing this up. Because a buddy of mine, Jerry, we were talking about this like a few days ago, and he said, well, what we're talking about, maybe 3% of the planet would know. I said, no, you know what? I think 3 to 7% might understand what we're talking about. So I was just upping it a little bit. Okay, what do we got here? Hey, Taiwan. This is Jerry. We're just talking about you, Jerry. Martin, life and death is the power of the tongue. Life and death is by the power of the tongue. Yes, we can, we have to be more careful on what we're talking about. Hey, your glasses are very cool. Hey, thank you. These are ones, the last ones I could find. I go through glasses like nobody's business. They're only 100, and I refuse to go any higher because I can still read by God's grace. Levant Calmare. Thank you. So, another little ditty I really like is the more you know, the less you judge. And that goes with our responsibilities. The more responsibility we get, that means, well, let's just say this. It means we can't get away. We're knowledgeable. We're knowledge versus ignorance. And I believe that was Luke 12:47-48, if I recall. My dyslexia is not kicking in yet. So that would be knowledge versus ignorance, meaning the more knowledgeable you are, the more responsibility you have. If you have an ignorant person that doesn't know what he's doing, and he keeps doing negative things, and you're saying, oh, well, he's going to... No. He is going to get away with a lot more than you because you know better. See? Weren't we told that by our parents? You know better. Yes, we do. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say. Be on the watchtower. Be alert. Be vigilant. Be aware of every thought you have. This is so important because it does come down to you have to think about hopefully something before you say it. And then, of course, after that, it comes in the physical action of what you're doing physically. So we are accountable in our thoughts, our words, and our deeds. And that's pretty much what I want to talk about, to be on the watchtower 24/7. I find myself dreaming and remembering a whole lot more of my dreams because I'm asking before I go to bed. I want to remember my dreams. I want to be protected in my dreams. I want to be in control of my dreams. So I've done this forever. And now that I'm really starting to do it and writing down my dreams, I'm dreaming now and I'm saying, no, we're not going to do this. No, we're not going to do that. I'm telling you, it comes down to 24/7. We can have this mastery if we consider thinking about it, first of all, because we have such a potential that we don't even realize is what it comes down to. Okay, I'm making this one short, 12 minutes or so. So anybody out there left, join the club. If you have something that I can subscribe to, I will. And that's the way I work out west here. You subscribe to me, I subscribe to you. It's pretty simple. So until then, I'm glad everybody's doing well on this Sunday. Hey, it's like 71 degrees in Arizona on January 11th, Sunday. That's pretty fantastic. I hope everyone's nice and warm and wherever you're at, not shoveling snow. Unless you get to go sled riding, that'd be fantastic. So until we see you, I'm going to try to see, no, tomorrow. Probably Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not promising, but I'm going to give it a go. I got to work late. Yeah. Okay, until we see each other again, be well. God victory. Thanks for tuning in.